Looks on that, so far underneath this one, a police as well to challenge. Anywhere will do, and Bakazi picks it up again. Yeah, he's had a good time of it with Chicago. Strong start to the season as well, up in 3rd place. And he was brought in the January from Orlando Pirates.
Goes back to one of their top brass within the Chicago Fire. A gentleman by the name of Eddie Rock, used to be a former agent, using his worldwide connections to be able to pull him in. Shrewd bit of business to go and get such a youngster with a high ceiling, give him playing time, progress his career, and then the goal will be to sell him on to Europe. I believe Mbakazi will playing in a top 5 league in Europe within 12 to 18 months.
You hear it here first, folks.
And I'll only take 5% of a commission on that. Friends and family discount.
The Tory pencil's going to let this go. In Czechia's favour. Ball in possession so far.
Don't be surprised if it's a late yellow.
Yeah. And we are going to see yellow here for Mokoena.
That's the right decision from referee. And oh, that's a big one for Mokoena, and he knew it too just in that moment. He's picked up his 2nd yellow back-to-back, and now he'll miss the group's final match of the group stage against South Korea on Wednesday.
The way it's going, that could be his World Cup done.
Just one decision, and he'll say he got a slight touch on the ball. The ball did look like it maybe changed slight trajectory, but still endangered the player's safety.
Did see red in the domestic game for the Sundowns this season in the Premiership. Mokoena playing at a senior World Cup. He did play at an under-17 World Cup as well. How was your experience of an under-17 World Cup, Jamie?
It was everything. You've heard me talk about it non-stop since the start of the tournament. And I digress from it, but it's a special feeling and one you never forget.
Lojek. Right out of the reach. Well, Hollish of all players being the furthest advanced.
It's good movement you're starting to see now, and Hollish just taking on the responsibility and just seeing what the game has given him. And right now, it's been the unpredictability of Czechia that we anticipated and were hopeful for from South Africa. It's almost been the mirrored opposite. Czechia have been far more dynamic in the final third. South Africa, it's much more of the same. They're really stretched out, South Africa, in their build-up, and it's leading to these long balls that are causing physical duels, these 1v1 aerial challenges. I don't know tactically if that's the way to get the better of Czechia. Here's a good example. Watch the build-up. Everyone spreads wide. And now, when there's a little bit of pressure from Czechia, it's forced to go long, and that's exactly what Czechia want.
So foul. Didn't get there first. It's Modiba. Seen a lot of the balls so far, South Africa, without really challenging Maciej Kovac. Flag is up here, which will just add to the frustrations.
If you're going to go long, then you've got to put it behind the back 5 of Czechia. Get them turning around facing their own goal. Just playing it long from the goalkeeper, he can only kick it so far, and when he does, that's just in front of the back line. And then ultimately from there, it's easy for them to defend.
Tory so happy for that to go on, a fair scrap. We're all behind South Africa here to make something happen. Morena's, it's a great touch, brings others into play. Gets the comeback and it's cleared away. Chev right there where it needed to be.
That's something that will get the Bafana Bafana fans off their seats. A little bit of endeavor and ingenuity to go 1v1. Wonderful timing from Reyners, good first touch, and then just invites his teammate in. Good discipline from Czechia, it has to be said. Well, you're just finally getting a glimpse of when South Africa plays freely. It's when they are at their best.
I'm not going to go direct in there. Just to get across it now, and they do. Chev there first again. Lojek. And the drive from Adam Lojek here. He put the brakes on, and the ball was won fairly. Whether he might have just fancied taking the ball on there. One point where Ronwen Williams was scampering back to his goal. We've seen Patrick Schick score from his own half in a European Championship.
Ronwen Williams would have seen it as well. He doesn't want to end up like his colleague scrambling back.
Goal from Michael Sadilek. Here's the difference so far here in Atlanta.
You just hear the decibels rising. That's how starved the South African fans are for something to enjoy and to cheer for. One run set that off, and now it's been infectious inside of the stadium. Players need to feed off of that energy and try to replicate it.
Oh, Williams playing with fire here. Goodness me, they are. And fortunate for South Africa, they weren't burnt.
They were burned 9 minutes in the opening match day, trying to play it out of the back, and it's all well and good, but if you don't have the numbers, you've got to look to the next line.
There is George Weah, former Ballon d'Or winner, Liberian president.
What a player he was. Incredible.
He was unstoppable at the peak of his powers, wasn't he? So far, known for his long launches. A fair bit of distance on that. So far again. Soika. Long. Is that where the free kick it is? Oh, what a big crowd in the referee here. The captains really are allowed to come, and yeah, a yellow card for that. Cannot crowd the referee like that.
And there's no real argument. That's absolutely foul. Shaq has got the position, or Patrick Schick, excuse me, has got the position. I'm about to say he got a toe on it. That's his claim.
It's a great use of the body there, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
So yellow card for Themba. Well, take your pick. Lojek and Sadilek so far making his way, but he is pretty good from this sort of range, although it's a fair way out.
The way Lojek has just placed it and then stepped back, it gives you all the cues and the hint that he may want to have a go.
Lojek does. And well over the top it goes.
That's when you want Pavel Nedved. Not in the suites, but on the field. Only imagine the wizardry that he would have put on the ball. One of the greatest players that's ever donned the Czechia jersey.
And Mikel Silvestre alongside as well on Manchester United.
A decent five-a-side in the suites today. You notwithstanding.
No comment. Why do you think I'm sat up here?
You and me both, pal.
Police. Closing in on half-time here. Flag up. Just to bring a promising attack to an end for South Africa.
Might have been a missed opportunity in the build-up. There was an up, back, and through as Apollos got the pass, and he just sort of looked off his teammate. Even if it's a 40-60 opportunity to be able to get that, not even a 50-50 at best, just give your teammate the encouragement to continue that run on, knowing you're going to reward their run with the opportunity to get on the end of it.
So far, stressed that they need to give their lives in this one. Defensively, they've kept South Africa at bay. It's 43 minutes. Modiba. Reines. Mudau for Maseko. Against Suka, Maseko. It's got away from Suka. And it's Krejci in the way. Corner here for South Africa on the final approach to half-time.
Interesting to see the approach for South Africa. They refuse to try to serve this ball in, knowing that there's a dominance for Czechia in the air. They've gone short, and they have to go again.
And so far, they've stolen it back, and think of those that have come up from the back as well there, Jamie, to be ready to have a go. Does the size element have something that may
clearly
say if, you know, he was asked about it in the press conference, wasn't there, the size of Czechia compared to these South African players?
But it's inexcusable if you're going to go short to have a entry pass in that comes in with the weak amount of power, lackadaisical first touch. These are the things that the South African fans were most disappointed for. Here's another instance of just a careless giveaway. There's heavy criticism, and right now it's just because the mistakes that are being made. South Africa are beating themselves by just turning the ball over needlessly.
Here's Modiba though, found well. Mokoena! Now that would have been special.
Good conviction on this from Mokoena, excuse me. Just no second guessing it. He's going to run across it because he wants to hit across the face of this. So it'll start to go from left to right off of his foot. He just doesn't get the angle right with his shoulders. He's sacrificing the technique for the power as he's from quite some distance out.
The qualifying campaign, he played in a qualifier when he shouldn't have. Nearly cost South Africa the chance to progress through a fairly lengthy qualifying campaign. They started back on November of 2023. They did finish top of their group in the qualifiers. Ahead of Nigeria as we head into 4 additional.
We'll have to keep an eye on Mokoena. He's not eligible to play in the next match.
So that yellow card.
But now Mokoena has to be a true professional. The disappointment is inevitable in a player that understands you will not play in the next match no matter what. So you now have to turn the page and go, I've got to give everything in this match to give my team the best opportunity to progress into the round of 32, or hopefully you can play again if you're Mokoena.
To the head of Mbukazi. Mudau coming across. Oh. He'll take that and get the goal kick. Going through a bit of a barren spell. South Africa without victory. They haven't won this calendar year in games that they played. 6 games overall coming into this one. Last victory against Zimbabwe on December the 29th in the African Cup of Nations. Warm-up games in Mexico against Nicaragua and Jamaica, parity in both. Ronwen Williams will start things here for Bafana Bafana.
Look how stagnant everybody is from South Africa. just needs more movement.
Kuwaita can't get away from Chev. As for Victoria Plzenia, Lukasz Chev, hard-working midfielder. A regular number 6 actually in his time at Victoria Plzenia under Miro Kubek. Abolis. Maseko. Mudau. Ocon, who was part of a Hanover team that missed out on promotion to the Bundesliga, missed out on getting into the playoffs, in particular towards the end of the season on the final day. Countdown is on from Tori Penzo for the restart of the game. The new initiatives being brought in for this World Cup, the countdowns for restarts, goal kicks and throw-ins. One last go for South Africa before the break. Modiba. Oh, he's got the captain's block. Nervy moment right at the end for Czechia. This is Lojek. Try and get away from one, but can't get away from another. And the final touch coming off Lojek. And that is that. So, a moment for South Africa towards the end. It could have been so good for them going into half-time, Jamie.
This would have been
What an
disastrous.
end, what an end, what an end to the first half. South
Africa,
Africa, we're coming back. I have a strong feeling. We're taking this one, 2-1. Gucci, hit us up.
For Czechia, this was nearly flawless.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the FIFA World Cup 2026 Fan Park on the Wanderers Club. Brought to you by Custom Lager. A big shout out to the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, inspiring a nation of winners. A big shout out to our partners, Hisense, Hyundai, Coca-Cola, Azan. If you've captured the moment, do tell us on all social media platforms. Is at Custom Lager. Tag us. Post us on all stories. Azam. Do follow the Instagram page, Custom Lager, for more updates on the Fan Park, on where we're going to be at next week. But we are taking this one. Azam the Bullshit. What's up, man? What's up? What's up, man? Hey, Superman. It is the FIFA World Cup 2026 It's a Themba with Wanderers Club. Brought to you by Castellana. Asam Bagashi. Asam Bagason. Hey Sugama. Asam Babushi. What's away? I am on it. I'm going to keep on mentioning our partners, Hyundai, Hisense, Coca-Cola, the biggest brands in the country, and globally, Castellana. If you're a proud South African, if you're proudly believe, I want you to raise your flags wherever you are. Raising our flags. Proud in South Africa. This shows that we believe, this shows that we hope, this shows that we trust. I believe you're gonna win this one. Whether it's a 2-1, whether it's a 3-2, whether it's a 4-3, whether it's a 5-4, it's a win for South Africa. Second half. Your kind of baba, not a shooter baba. Asam Bebushi. What's the man? Raise your flags, raise your flags, raise your flags. South Africa, you turn! Asam Be. Whoa, second to man. Take it 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 to man. I'm so. I said, can't you feel it? I sound the bullshit. I sound. Hey, Superman. I sound the bullshit. It's the bush on the ones and twos on the FIFA World Cup 2026. Fed Park at Wanderers Cup, brought to you by Castellana. A big shout out to our partners once again. Hisense, Hyundai, Coca-Cola, Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. Sabonga. What's the man? Asam. Hey, lights, the beautiful new moves of the ones and twos. Bafana Bafana. On the second half, we take it this one. What's the man? I hope you're ready for a win, because I can feel it. What's the man? I said, can you feel it? I saw the bullshit. What's the man? I love one now, one now. They don't want now, one now. They don't want now, one now. I saw the bullshit. South Africa want us to do something. South Africa, are you ready? Are you ready? I want to do something with you. Proud in South Africa. 1, 2. I want to show you something. It's a party in South Africa. Are you ready? Let me show you. Check 1, 2. Down, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. And this one is the fitness. And the gym, you know, and the gym. And the gym, you saw it, right? You saw it. So it's... Ready? You ready? You ready? Down. Get a 1, get a 2, get a 1, 2. Nice one for the last time. 1, 2, 3. I am tired. We're coming back to the second half. I love you so much. Sure.
Players emerge into this
Are you ready?
facility. It's hosted 6 matches at the Club World Cup last summer. They're hosting 8 here all the way through to the semi-final. Neither of these two nations are thinking that far ahead. Part of the prize of just staying and prolonging their stay at the FIFA World Cup. Quebec's team with a slender lead. So South Africa are going to make a change, and this player here is a talent, Relebohile Mofokeng. He's going to be taking the place of Jaden Adams at half-time here, just to add a bit more life to the attack. The Premiership in South Africa, he scored a plenty, he created a plenty as well. Mofokeng is certainly a player to watch out for. Here he comes for this second half for South Africa. Injection of life in the top half of the pitch. They need a team who have had just 2 attempts on target from their game and a half so far here in the United States and Mexico.
9, 8.
Kamrana's just a little too hasty to get going. And Tori Peso does get us back underway. So Czechia leading by a 1-0 against Sadilek's goal on 6 minutes is the difference here in Atlanta. What do South Africa have about them in the second half? Remains to be seen, and whether the change and the introduction of Mofokeng can make a difference. Jamie Watson.
Mofokeng needs to be able to try to provide a secondary run off of Rayners, somebody to run in behind as well, pick up the second pieces. I'd like to see higher starting positions from the outside backs for South Africa, pitching in as well, less stretched out in their build-up, a bit more diversity in the attack. It was a bit regimented from South Africa, none of the freedom and free-flowing nature in which they operate best.
bring it down under control here. Get the ball out of the air. Czechia in possession here. Oh, it's a touch on from Sheikh and Sithole. And this is Darina. Oh, 3 in the way. Could have been a big turning point. Chev! And tipped over by Ronwen Williams. But the biggest chance was for Darina.
This is such an important block. That's so well defended from Mbokaze. And then the trailing run of Okan to be able to come back and make this intervention. Ronwen Williams is watching this and tracking it the whole way, but it's moving from one way or another. But that was Okan as well that gets in the way.
Darina, if he is to score it, become the oldest goal scorer in Czech history. His eyes must have lit up there. At the end here at the Atlanta Stadium, where there's a good amount of support for Czechia. Oh, the header! But for Patrick Sheikh, who when it is going right will be gobbling those up.
We had one early on inside the first 2 minutes of this match that he didn't take with conviction. This time it looked a bit hesitant as well. Then I was surprised it got to him, so he wasn't able to add any extra power to it. The late reaction means it's just really hitting him instead of him heading it.
And did he season well with Bayer Leverkusen? He is Czechia's 4th all-time top scorer. 16 goals in the Bundesliga last season. 23 in all competitions. Here's Okan. Zapolis. Snaps it on Mudau. Slipping over the top of Kovac's goal. Lojek, known for putting the ball into the net, doing his bit to stop South Africa in attack here.
Tremendous weight. To look again at Sheikh, who just saw that late, to be fair, as that comes over Okan. This is the view of Torrey Penso.
Police goes short again. Back to the man who represents the Orlando Pirates. Commanding header away. Another wild one from range. Here's Sheikh for Czechia. Sheikh the only one forward. Mokoena comes down again. South Africa behind. They were only behind in one of their 10 World Cup qualifiers. Defeat to Rwanda. Be careful here, Czechia inviting pressure onto them. Mudau, can he get in behind? Sithole is done really well there. Will have felt the breath on the back of his neck. But Mudau's come off worse.
That's twice now we've been able to see Mudau be able to threaten in behind. It feels like it was Sithole's ball to get to, but Mudau just bravely sticks his foot in there. Oh, and it's more of the landing.
Yeah.
His foot was in a precarious position. Couldn't really protect it, and then all the way to Sithole comes down. A bit of rotation in the foot when Sithole lands on Mudau.
Is up on his feet? Is okay. 6 years with Sundowns. Mudau. And Bat. Serenus. Now Lojek. Schick. Suika. Oh, it's a tremendous ball in as well.
What a clearance.
That was so important for Mbakazi. That's just asking to be put in, wasn't it?
Wow, this is so good to be able to clear that away the last second. Mokoena just acrobatically, but also intelligently clears it. And keep in mind, this is how Czechia scored their first goal. Miroslav Krejci was the one that got on the end of it.
Massive one in again, and there was Mbakazi to put it behind.
And if Mbakazi doesn't get there, Krejci was inside of his defender, and then he was the next player that was going to get to it.
Here comes again, and the header is over as a lot of players down. Krejci goes head to the ball first.
Krejci just goes and finds it, tracks it so well, even backpedaling. And unfortunately for Czechia, he is backpedaling, so it's immensely difficult to get any sort of precision on the header.
Scored in both games in the playoffs. Scoring in the first game as well here at the FIFA World Cup. Krejci, captain of Czechia at a first World Cup in 20 years. Getting in each other's way here, Krejci. Suka just puts his laces through it to clear it away. Apolis, allowed to turn. Away from Derrida, finds Mudau, who's got time to take a touch. And played away in behind. Czechia here. Oh, so a wild one from Maseko in the end. And so Czechia are going to be making their first change. So it'll be the end of Derrida, as we just have a look at Lukasz Chev's effort at the start of this second half. So Vladimir Derrida comes off. So quite the season back in Czech football, actually, Derrida. And coming back out of retirement for the World Cup qualifiers. Putting a shift in there, all right. Suika is also coming off. So Zeleny and Schultz, players that have come on. So a double change from Kobe. Schultz has had a very good season with Olympique Lyonnais in France. Can bring that form into this World Cup here in this incredibly important one. This game that both need to win. Apolis. And once again,
it's crowded, it's got to come out.
That is one that Czechia will be happy to see sail out of play.
That's poor decision making. You've tried one way, patiently probing, and then ultimately it's just careless to try to just swing your foot through it, and you don't even give your teammates an opportunity to get on the end of it.
Let's give it away, and Schick Taking it in stride, an awkward one for him to take. Quickly in the races on here. Fridge is going to be aware. One of those frustrating ones from Seiko. Their hands were on the back. Doesn't need to give a free kick away, although Czechia are not hanging around. Schultz. Bakazi. Apolis. Mokuena. See the goals in them, but where are they going to find the right answers here, South Africa?
Just look how slow it is to build up. There's no decisive first movement that then teammates can react off of.
It's the player on the deck here, Victoria Penso. Or a further call to be made here.
A little something off the ball here. Wolfgang, well, he does throw a left hand, and you'd have to think after just watching your teammate get sent off in the previous match day for some silly swinging of the hands that you would not have the indiscipline to do something similar to put your fate in our video assist referee Tatiana Guzman or referee Tori Pinso's hands. I don't think there's anything that needs to come from it. I think that Cherub has made an absolute meal of it. But nonetheless, why are you doing that if you're a Mofokeng?
Well, they are a team that have received more cards than anybody else so far in this World Cup. Well, that's a great pass. Schultz now, and the layoff. The block was mightily important.
How good is that from the two substitutes? Zwane with a little bit of skill check, then puts it right back through the legs of Mudau. Maybe it's just the nature of just coming off the bench if you're Pavel Schultz to not have a go. That would have been a good spot. I think he realized it when the moment had passed him, and he could have had, or maybe should have had, an effort towards goal. Now, if you're Ronwen Williams right now, you're looking at how stagnant everything is. You're finally getting a little jog towards the ball. But then what else is there if you're the goalkeeper?
Passes like that, and immediately under pressure. Now he goes long.
And what are Czechia's strengths? Long aerial duels. It's just unimaginative right now from South Africa.
Speculative hits like that, which they'll be happy to see. Czechia from Madiba this time.
Czechia will take this all day. Czechia got their reward. They got their goal from throwing interchange, and 6 minutes in, they probably finished. Pressure has been the word that has been thrown around more than anything else today, and you better believe these last 30 minutes are going to have even more pressure with each passing second for the South African side.
Yeah, you can see there, attempts on target as 0 for South Africa. They're now going over 90 minutes without an attempt on target. Coming back on the 56th minute against Mexico, and that was from Aubrey Madiba, who's known as the postman.
Why is that?
Known for delivering for his club and country.
I see what you did there.
Mofokeng.
I've been really impressed with Czechia's shape. They have done really well.
And Mudau. Not staying down, Mudau. Flag eventually going down. Krejci. Not doing his job anyhow.
Almost spoke too soon there. Well, finally, one run set off by Mofokeng draws the attention of the Czechia midfielder, and then ultimately it just creates a little bit of space for Mudau, who had straight to that offside position, but we're an hour into it, and we're not seeing nearly enough selfless running from South Africa to set their teammates up for success.
Right back at Czechia here again. It's good distribution that time from Kovac. Ranad didn't have the best of Euros. It seeped into his domestic game with Hoffenheim. Couldn't get in the team. Shetto to get up to his feet. Ranad's then playing a real part in Hoffenheim qualifying for Europe this season. This season gone. Police. He is the one that can make things tick. He's lost out here. Directly involved in twice as many goals as any other South African player during the qualifiers as with the Police. Sadilek for Hollish. For Czechia. Twice a runner-up in the World Cup. Formative days. European champion as well as Czechoslovakia, 1976.
A really good passing sequence here for Czechia. Becomes demoralizing when you're South Africa having to constantly chase. You can't get your foot on the ball. You can hear Krejci screaming as Schulte put some runs on to keep the movement going.
Lojek got the block in, and I think he was fortunate the way that he might have just landed on the back of the leg there. But where's he going to land? Where can he put his feet? And unfortunately, straight onto Mudau.
That's painful. No intention whatsoever. Take nothing away from him. That is really, really painful.
It was a proper rallying cry yesterday, certainly from Ronwen Williams, the South African captain. Years and years of sacrifice as he put it to be here. Talk about Hugo Broos promising that they will qualify for the World Cup. Don't want to let him down. So there was 2 to 3 days after the Mexico loss where in camp he said you could hear a pin drop.
Feels about right of a response with how flat that performance was in the opening match against Mexico. Right now, you can hear a pin drop in this Atlanta stadium because the South African fans have had nothing to cheer from with their side. And that is exactly to the game plan that Czechia wanted.
It's still just a 1-goal game, as Czechia are going to make a couple of changes here. So Lucas Provod and Thomas Souček is going to be coming on. Thomas Souček is going to become Czechia's 6th most capped player, moving on to 92 for his country. There's a change for South Africa, it looks like, as well. Evidence Magopa is going to be coming on as well. So that is the first change. Magopa for Reynolds. Magopa's got 6 goals for his club this season in the league for Orlando Pirates. So it's the end of Adam Lojek. Considering the amount of football that he has played this season, understand that he's not going to be lasting the pace. Sadilek as well, coming and going off on the far side, the closest possible to get off due to the time constraints that you have now with substitutes. Lucas Provod there. Soche coming on as well, as I mentioned, the 6th most capped player now to 92. Soche was relegated with West Ham United from the Premier League this past season. 5-time Czech Footballer of the Year. What a miss so far.
Seen this script before. Great choose the player they're looking for.
And there is Krisha. Watch out for Soche being on the pitch now. And those late runs and peeling away at the back post. Demioko. Seen our games at this FIFA World Cup. And ain't over till it's over. Just recently we saw it with Ghana scoring late against Panama last night. Played behind, but out of play it goes. And Zeleni's not going to get that.
We've been treated to a couple really good days. The World Cup, Harry Kane back in a brace as well. The day before, all the stars were out.
We're going to have the first hydration break, or the hydration break into the second half. Still the one goal is the difference. Through Sadilek in the first half.
Striker is on the move. He cuts inside. He dribbles past one defender. He's heading towards the box. He shoots. Goal!
I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. When we're out together dancing,
What's your name? I'm Max.
Is that KFC's chimichurri burger? Facing off with KFC's Prego. Chimi looks creamy, the Prego looks spicy.
every corner of this World Cup. We've had terrific crowds, wonderful sights. How this country, Mexico and Canada, have embraced the grandest stage of all.
Incredible. The people here have been brilliant. Here, there, and everywhere across 16 host cities and around these three great countries.
That's the best sign I've seen so far whilst I've been here.
We can both echo those sentiments from our significant others.
Needs must now for South Africa. Don't keep too many clean sheets. Czechia, has to be said, before today only 2 clean sheets in the last 17 World Cup matches. Saw a glimpse of the legend that is Pavel Nedved earlier here. He said that they will be 100% better than the first game that they played against South Korea. Needs must in a game that you just have to win, as just a case of needing to win it. Doesn't matter how you do it. And what can South Africa do? Just a 1-goal game. Still in the balance. And Police. It's found across as well, and the loose ball flicked away from Schultz. And he's going to try and chase this one down as well. Recovery of Ocon.
Better when Mafalken gets into the final third. There were 3 South African teammates in the box just waiting for some sort of service, but it was finally a willingness to get into the box. It just was too slow decision making.
The header is to the possession of Kovac. It was an awkward one, certainly, for Evidence Magopa. They've not really been able to get him in the game so far. 6 goals for his club. 1 goal against Cameroon in January at AFCON. Just the once in the qualifiers. And that has gone down, actually, as the first shot on target, attempt on target for South Africa in the game.
Feels generous. The ball should have been played across. And this is the type of moment where you start to really feel the full weight of Themba Zwane's red card in the last match. 36-year-old attack midfielder has 12 goals in 56 appearances, but he boasts the ability to create things. He's a spectator like you and I and the rest of us tonight.
Seko down. No foul. So foul over the top. Abolis. Mokoena now for South Africa. Oh, friendship. And that might be a yellow card. Yeah, he was warned in the first half for a number. And this time he's crossed the line. Yellow cards. 2 laddies left Krejci.
They've been given the benefit of the doubt earlier in this match. That wore out, more thin on the referee. Great bit of deception. Well, it's really good to be able to just take the touch, drop the shoulder, and Maseko just rolls Krejci. Czechia are going to have their line right at the top of the 18-yard box. Then this needs to be put right into that corridor of uncertainty. Top of the 6-yard box, right in the penalty spot. Get everybody running towards the goal of Kovac.
Well, the police is the right-footed option. Over Madiba there. Anticipation around what's going to happen. Strike from range, but once again they're able to get out quickly. Czechia.
Couldn't be more frustrating to see that being the best effort. They're going to switch the ball out.
Was hit that hard?
Might have been. Hitting it hard from roughly 40 yards out is not necessarily the way to go. Yeah.
Because had the effort, which was blocked. Krejci there to clear away towards Schick. This could again another frustrated figure today, Patrick Schick. Mudau. Amy Ocon. So whatever happens here, we'll have to wait to see what happens in the later game between Mexico and South Korea. A defining game for both of these two teams here in Atlanta. In attendance here at the Atlanta Stadium as David Zima is going to be coming on for Czechia. It's Chev that has made way. Zima who plays for Slavia Praha. This season back with the club. The best of times with Torino in Italy. They're asking for another card here.
Oh, Sochek, they got the wrong side. Hugo Broos, well, he wants something more. That was a clear path for Mobuena.
It's a clear pullback. Shorter goes. A polish. This touch was heavy. Krejci across. They will get a corner out of this, South Africa. Wonder if the touch was better, it could have been more. Oh, it's a great call here, overturning the call for a corner to a goal kick.
Abeles takes a heavy first touch here, so he's trying to chase it.
Great call.
Wow, really good from Brooke Mayo. Our assistant referee on a conversation with our head referee Tori Pensel, got that absolutely spot on.
Zwane. Czechia losing out again, and Maseko is evidence my goal part. Mudau.
Would you believe it? There's still not one player for South Africa inside the 18, though. Maseko just like reluctantly got to the top of the 18 and stopped. You're chasing the game. There's roughly 10 minutes till stoppage time. You're in the final third, and not one player is inside the 18. That's where the criticism is going to come from. That's where the questions are going to be asked of what more will it take to get players to get into the box.
Apolis. Structure defensively has been sound from Czechia so far. Happy for South Africa to have the ball in this sort of area. The sideways passes, no way through though. Police once again. Mokuena. Maseko. Coming inside. Maseko. Oh, struggling. He's asking for a handball. Penalty! Penalty, South Africa. An immediate appeal. Tori Penso took her time. What a moment this could be for South Africa. to keep their World Cup alive.
This is so good from Maseko to just put his foot on the ball and decide, I'm going to go one-on-one. When he does, he just drops his shoulder a little inside out to create the space, gets the effort. That does come off of the arms of Schultz, but it's in tight. Ah, it feels harsh. Well, it's actually the left arm, so yeah, it does block the shot. It is a little bit bigger. I'm okay with that decision. On second glance, it looked like it was the right arm that was in tight, but it was actually the left arm that blocked it. Everybody saw it instinctively, and so did our referee. I cannot see this one being overturned.
Oh, so this is big. This is big now. Maciej Kovac played his role in penalty shootout wins against the Republic of Ireland and Denmark in the playoffs.
Mokoena is standing with the ball in his hand at the penalty spot. He is 2 for his last 5. He's missed 3. The 3 that he's missed have all gone to the goalkeeper's right. The 2 that he's made has gone to the goalkeeper's left.
Well, the hearts will be thumping here. This to level in Atlanta. And for South Africa, this has to go in. Mokoena puts it in the corner. They're still alive with this World Cup. 1-1.
South Africa is a country that dares to dream. And Mokoena has kept the dream alive for South Africa. The homework would have been done. The goalkeeper, Maciej Kovac, knew that Mokoena had success going to the goalkeeper's left. The 3 misses have made amends in the biggest of moments. The weight of a nation, the weight of a continent on his shoulders, and he dispatches it expertly.
Well, known as the Rainbow Nation, they might have just added a bit more colour back to their World Cup adventure. South Africa here. Maseko is off. And Kabugano Sebelebele is the play that has come on for the final moments. Not quite the finale here. These 2 nations away from the World Cup scene for a long time, determined not to be going home early on a must-win game. And we are level closing in.
And if this result holds for Czechia, that would be 5 points dropped from winning positions so far in this tournament.
And another successful penalty. 4 penalties have been scored, or 4 of them have been dispatched so far in this tournament. Mokoena, one of the biggest goals for his country, into double figures for goals for his country as well. Final 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Here comes South Africa again towards a police. Who dares now?
There's a real battle mentally right now. Those 6 inches between the ears. Do you go for it? Do you play cautious to not concede? We're going to find out who can hold their nerves in these final 5 minutes plus stoppage time.
There's Mudau. A setback for Czechia again, having led for so long. They led against South Korea before. They were beaten in the end with their first game. Life in South Africa again at this World Cup. Forget the third best, or the best third place teams, I should say. 8 of those will go through to the knockout stages as well as the top 2. So it's not totally over and done with. There was to be a point apiece here. It's important not to lose this one. Oh, and Zwane will pick up the pieces now. Makupa. It's really hard to hold that up. And Mokoena.
The pressure immediately falls on Czechia's shoulders. Their third and final match of this group stage is against Mexico in Mexico City. The last place you want to be against a host nation and one of the most formidable stadiums in the world, needing to get all 3 points. Czechia might really need to go for a second here.
South Africa and South Korea in Monterrey.
Still a daunting task, but
Absolutely.
the lesser of the two.
Mokoena, they are going to go direct now. Oh, and just about holding it, Kovac. Themba would have been quite the introduction.
Just one moment of endeavor from Maseko to go 1v1, drop the shoulder, and fortuitously win the penalty. Has just changed the entire complexion of this match.
Shoot now. There's a check play down. So foul. Plus, seeing out for a corner here ahead of Sithole as Patrick Schick getting himself back up onto his feet.
There was a look just a moment ago. Goalkeeper Kovac with a little bit of uncertainty, but this is a massive moment in this match. This play is being held up for just a moment.
Yeah, Patrick Schick's not happy, is he? He's considering the argument. Mokoena here. And he's not having any of it, is he? And he's going to be very careful that he's not going to get a yellow card.
Corey Benson just said, "I don't want to card you." Schick just has to manage the emotions, but this is a massive moment. Set pieces have been a real point of dominance all afternoon long for Czechia. Krejci in particular, number 7.
It's a good header. Really good header away by Mbakazi. What a pillar of strength at the back there for South Africa today.
There's numbers at the back post.
Cross eventually is played into his Krejci. Zimmer. Feel the tension inside Atlanta Stadium. Oh! I've got away with that, Zwane, but he does get the free kick. Just a little trick.
Yeah, he tried to play through it, but it was a step on top of the foot.
7 more to play. So foul. Floated and glanced on by Zwane. Socek. Flag up.
Our assistant referee on the far side, Katie Nesbitt, was just waiting for that. Socek had made the initial run, and when it gets flicked on, he was in that offside position. The deflection and just falls into the path. Watch Socek at the top. it resets when the header happens. There's the first initial one, but when it gets headed on, Socek was in an offside position. It's absolutely correct decision from our assistant referee.
Was captain and had the captaincy taken off in Thomas Socek. So far, won't get there. That's it. Here's Mokoena. Scoring South Africa's first penalty at a World Cup since Quinton Fortune scored against Paraguay in 2002. Oh, who wants it? Mokoena not helping themselves here. Schultz. Sheikh, Polish, and so far with space here. And Schultz or Mokoena with a recovery out. Goal kick.
Look at that reaction from Ronwen Williams to go over and just celebrate with Themba. But there was a moment where the window was open and the Czech player in the attack took a secondary touch. If he could have played it first time, there were two Czechia players that were open, and he just could not get it to him quick enough.
You mentioned it, Jamie, after he picked up that yellow card, Mokoena, which sees him out of the last game, how he needs to lead by example now. As a leader, he's done so. You look at all of the statistics, he's topping them. Chances created, touches, completed passes. The scorer of a priceless penalty. Schultz. Schick in the centre. Schultz now. Oh, now it's Schick. Oh, Kaiser there again. And then flash wise.
There are so many tired bodies right now on that pitch. But both players, both sets of teams are going for it. Just heavy legs, poor clearances, rash decisions. You just feel as though this match, as we 4 minutes in to the 7 minutes of stoppage time, you just feel there's one more opportunity. Which side is it going to be in? Is somebody going to step up and take the moment and make it theirs?
Over 4 minutes played of the 7 added on here. And here is Krejci. Czechia's number 7, that's a heavy touch. He pushes more, he goes for it more now. Chance to get in behind Czechia. Sabalevele. Tapped across blocked, back he comes again for Mudau. Mokoena for a police. Mofokeng. And Bakazi. And Imi Okon. Makopa.
Oh, that would have capped off a brilliant passing sequence from South Africa.
Czechia were undone by South Korea's equalizer. Some 25 passes that undid them on that occasion. A police. Schick, great touch and turn, but here comes South Africa again, giving everything in the second half. Mudau, on he goes, Magopa. Mofokeng. To be quite the finish. Oh, blood. goodness me! So many red shirts in the way. It was David Zimmer.
Oh, it would have been a moment of brilliance just to have composure. But now with the last minute, South Africa try to generate something.
And police now feel it inside the stadium for the South African fans. Kept in play here by Imi Okon. Looking for that bit of support. Finds it from Mbokazi. He's going to have a go. Sojek. On the wall of Thomas Sojek. Has to go along now from Williams. Ranach underneath this. And that is that. Well, the second half that came to life. And for Quebec, for Czechia, for South Africa, they're still alive for now in this World Cup. A point apiece, their first point on the board in Group A, but they will wait to see what happens later as well. But in the end, frustrations you can see on the face of Sojek. And South Africa kept on pushing in the second half. They got the reward of a goal. And it finishes here in Atlanta. Czechia 1, South Africa 1.
Check 1, 2. Yes, sis, that was close. South Africa, you still there? Do you still have hope we're going to win the last game? Now, finally, Siminye, which is Mexico is losing. It's either they must draw or Mexico must lose so that we win the last game and we qualify for the round of 16. But right about now, the party continues. Once again, welcome to the FIFA.